What's going on? There we go. All right, so we started off. We'll start it again. So I'm thinking we need to kill that boss today. Um, hmm. So we got to find with bow. We just need a buttload of arrows. The other thing we're gonna need plenty of that. The only thing I need right now is wood. I think. Let's see if we got some wood here. Ah, we do. Oh, carrying too much. Okay. I'm so used to my other character. He has a Minging belt on, so I can carry a lot more. All right, 30 feathers should be enough. Let's see, can we do this? Yeah, okay. Okay, so don't have enough there. Sprinkle we can. And we get a little more. This. Oh, only takes 40. I didn't realize that. All right, so there's 297. Put all these up. I think I want about 300 arrows because even if I don't use them, I can put them in the box and store them for later. So I don't need. I don't think I'm going to need all these arrows, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So that should give us 200 change. Right, so that's 400 arrows. That should be plenty. And the next thing we're going to want, because I want to be up off the ground. I don't want to be on the ground with this guy. We have our hoe. We're going to need but each time we come back, I want to fill this kiln because once we get going, I want to have this full. So I want this box, well, I should say as full as possible. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to take in this. Oh, we're still good. So it's still nighttime, but we should be okay. So the boss is this way. Yeah. Make our mini map a little smaller. There we go. So we'll get over here and we'll take this boss on. So once we take this boss on, it's going to give us new equipment or new material. And then I'm just going to pick up some wood as we go. Don't really need it, but it's good to have. It's well, actually, we will need it. I take that back. We will need the wood. Yeah, I got 10, so that's all we need. So we'll knock out the first boss, and then we can go to one of those copper mines. Forgot I had those on. I thought it was just going to punch him. So we're going to use this site because this site, the other site is like packed with stuff. So I want to use this site because it's a little more open. This is what I'm thinking of because there's a couple around the area where we've been. Wait, I thought it was right. Is that it down there? Where is it? I marked it on the map, but apparently I didn't zoom in enough when I marked it. Well, maybe it's on the other side of these trees because I swear it was in the wide open. Ah, here we go. Not as wide open as I thought. So we're gonna need to go back and get the oh, I thought I was eating and I was actually trying to place that stuff on the altar. That doesn't work. We're gonna need to go back and get the deer head trophies. So we're gonna have to get those to actually come up with the offering. So what we're gonna do is first things first, we need to put up a crafting bench. I want to be a little bit out of the way there. And we need this guy right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flatten this out a little bit to start with. I just want a semi-flat surface here to start with. We're gonna take our hoe and we're literally gonna go underneath our feet. Now, as you can see, it made a square. That's the direction of the land. So you want to go, if you want to build a wall, that's all you're gonna do. Earthen walls in the game, in my opinion, is some of the OP stuff. So then we're going to go back and we're just going to flatten this off. Now we want it high enough that he's not going to be able to run up on it. So we got to pay attention here. So we might have to go a little bit higher here. Have to go, probably that height. And then we'll flatten it again. The idea here is we want a platform to stand up on. And then we're going to fight him from up here. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're missing. So all we're going to do is run around. Rocks are plentiful out here in these areas like this on the plains, or excuse me, the plains, the meadows. So we should be able to get a fair amount of rocks fairly quickly. So he has a couple different attacks. You'll see he has one where he butts his head. He has one where he stomps on the ground and lightning goes through the ground and it creates a knockback. So this needs to be wide enough so even with that knockback, the worst that happens is we get knocked to the back of the, and I don't want that one either. We just get knocked back onto the platform. We don't get knocked off. If you get knocked off, don't panic. It's not that difficult. All right, we don't want to bury the workbench because it'll break. All right, so we're out of that. So let's level this off a little bit here. So now I have done it where it's this wide where it says like a 6x6 squared. Um, but he can't knock you off the back of it. So if you're up front here and he knocks you back, you'll come back about this far. So if we don't do one more row and we're at the front, it'll knock us right off the back side of it. Again, not a reason to panic because I swear I saw some more stone around here somewhere. Not a reason to panic because if you get knocked off, you can just hop back up. By now, your jumping skills should have leveled up enough. These things are pretty badass. Not gonna lie. Right. So we are a little short on stone. Let's check this meadow here. Get a little piggy. Why are we so short on stone all of a sudden? Kind of hoping we'll accidentally run into one of the rocks so we can get a pet rock in here. Here we go. We want to get about 50 or so. So the reason right now it's going to be hard to get stone, and this is the only way you're going to be able to get stone for right now, is we need the next piece. Can't get the next piece till we get the boss. Once we get the boss, digging and getting stone will be so much easier. The reason I'm picking up all this wood is because if you recall, we only had like 150 in the box. We need a lot more than that. So we're definitely going to need more wood. All right, so there was more down here. I just didn't see it. Must have walked right past it. Where are we at? 44. Let's get. See, we get about 60 stone. We get about 60 stone. I think that should finish it up for us. And like I said, once we get this boss done, we'll be into the next phase, so we'll be able to dig up stone. We won't have to do this. Okay, so we can't get 60. We got almost 60. If I didn't take that wood, we would have probably had it. I'm not going to tell you this boss is easy. It is somewhat easy. Um, so, in theory, we would want to straighten that out if we were doing this for other areas, but because we can't dig ground, we can't straighten it out yet. Now, one thing you can do is if you hit the edge just right when you're filling this, it'll use a lot less stone. I'm not too concerned about it right now because I think we've got plenty of stone for this. So that wasn't too high. I think we're going to do more smack there. And then we'll flatten that out. Right. Ideally, this would be squared off. Ideally. We wouldn't have this funky edge there. Right. So we're hoping that's high enough and flat enough. And the edge is straight enough that he won't be coming up on there. So that's all we're going to do for that. So let's go over and grab those trophies. And then let's get this boss fight going. While we're going back, though, I'm going to pick up sticks as we go, so to speak. The ideal thing would be to get to sleep before, get a full rested buff, and then eat a full meal before we do this, ideally. I think we're good enough, though, that we can probably forego that. Might as well grab a few rocks. I do like these. What is it? Paws of the bear? Yeah, paws of the bear. They're pretty good. I do enjoy those. All right, so right through here, we should be back to the hut. I really got to figure out if I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna keep this place. I think I might just keep this place just for um, like a safe zone, someplace safe to go back to. I'm glad I cleared out all those little trees. Makes it a lot easier to see coming through here. But yeah, it's just a basic little hut, so that's all we need right now. When I go to build a bigger base, there we go. Pick up that mess, pick up all that in there. Get this ready because I really want to get some copper today, and I want to get some tin. I want to make some. Oh wait, leave it there. It doesn't matter. I want to make the cauldron. And I want to get some of the better food recipes. So we're gonna repair everything. I'm gonna leave anything I don't need here. So we don't need this. We don't need this. I'm gonna put all these scraps and things up. Forgotten how busy I was on here this week. All right, so I don't need that. I'm gonna place that in there. I need to come up. I need a better storage system. All right, so we're gonna hide that over there. We'll move these up here. These should be more than enough arrows for this fight. I don't really think we're gonna need more than that. I'm gonna take that, put that there. Kind of don't need the hammer, but we'll just keep it for now. Never know. So I got the fine wood bow. What level is it? It is only level 1, so we do want to try and upgrade that if we can. So what do we need for that? Okay, I do have some core wood, and if I don't have any fine wood, I can get some. Let's see how much core wood we have. Oh, we got plenty of core wood. It's the fine wood we don't have. I just swore I had some in here. Unless I left it in here. I don't think I put it in here. Oh, I don't got feathers down here and over here. Okay, that'll work. Gives us more feathers. I didn't realize I had that many. I think I need 2 of these, but we're gonna bring 4 just in case. Swear I had fine wood. We do have a little bit of tin already. Oh, there we go. I knew I had some. There we go. And let's see. Upgrade. We're gonna upgrade this. So we need deer hide still, which is just behind me here. We'll just take just a stack of that. And then I wonder if this works with this. No, it doesn't. So you can't do that. All right, so we max that out. I should be able to max my deer keep. I think I have. Yeah, there we go. Deer cape. So we'll upgrade that. I can't do the troll because I need more troll hide. We can't do it because we need another. level under. Okay, that'll be soon because once we kill this guy, we'll get the pieces we need for that. Right. So, oh, let's put this stuff back. Shall we? Perfect. I'm gonna leave that wood in there just in case we need firewood. All right. Actually, we're gonna eat while we're sitting right here. I think I can take. Yeah, I can. And that'll bump up our health quicker by sitting by the fire and getting rested. We have a rested buff now of I think 16. Nope, 15. So that's fairly good at this stage of the game. It's not bad at all. And there, that should be it. Yeah, 108. So that's not bad. And I just did a move. Never leave your doors open, guys, because God knows I had a. One night I came back and I left the doors open, and there was a gray dwarf inside of my structure. Needless to say, I was a bit surprised. And of course, then when you go to kill them, you wreck half of your building. I don't know why I just did that. It's a habit. I'm like a squirrel, you know. I see something, I pick it up. Squirrel. It's like I'm getting ready for winter. Pick up little sticks everywhere. There's quite a bit of fine wood around here. Almost. Oh, no, not quite. I didn't have the paws of the bear on, but I just wanted to see if I could punch it. Right. I think this is a closer one to any boss fight areas anyway. So this platform that we just built, that's going to make it a little easier for us. Give us a little safety. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put these over here. Oh, I didn't take the bones off. There we go. So just put your offering up and then get ready. I want to put this back on though, just in case I end up on the ground. There he is. Hello, big boy. There's one of his attacks. The second one, we want to draw him to this side because I don't want him near that edge because we didn't get quite as flat as I would have liked to. But as you can see, he takes damage pretty quickly. There's his next attack. And then, as you saw, I walked back a little bit just so I could walk forward into it. So it don't get as bad of a knockback. Oops, there we go. We fell off. Don't panic. Get over to here and jump back up. Not a big deal. So he's about halfway. Take our time. We've got plenty of time. And this is a fairly, like I said, this is probably the easiest boss in the game. I thought he was going to do his stomp. There he goes. And you saw as he stepped up, I went forward. That's why I walked off the first time. One or two more good shots, and we'll have him. That's it. 2 shots. And that's that, guys. Fairly quick, fairly easy. And we probably didn't even use, nope, we didn't even use 100 arrows. Not bad at all. So there's our trophy, and we got 2 antlers because I boosted my drop rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the spawning area or the original site where you drop in. Once we go over there, we're going to put the trophy up on there, and then we're going to get the powers from that. Here we go with the wood again. What am I doing? We're gonna need it though. How much did I pick up already? 6. Did I mark this on the map? Oh, I should have. Let's mark this on the map. Um, I do recommend when you're marking things on the map, you scroll in as far as possible. It does it's a little more accurate. I do like to mark mushrooms at the beginning only because it's one of the beginning foods. So here we go. Where is this place? It's a small patch, but it's near enough to the other one. I should be able to figure it out. So once we get this, I think we're at a point where I wouldn't mind building a little shack here and a portal. So we're looking for the deer trophy, right? And then we're going to take that. We're going to put that on number 4, and then we're going to attach it. And then he does his little thing. So there we go. Easy peasy. Nice quick way to kill the boss. So if you're starting out on the game, there you go. So now we want to get his power. I believe Eikthyr gives you more, your stamina stays longer, lasts longer, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so let's go. I'm thinking we build over here in this little corner here. First things first, we're gonna flatten this out. Oh, we can't. I left the hole back there. All right, so first things first, let's go back and get the hoe. We're gonna flatten that out a little bit. We're gonna make it a nice little fenced in area. What I like to do when I'm setting up, oh, that's a stone. It was a pet rock. I want a pet rock. Um, First thing I like to do is I like to set it up so that if I have friends come to join me, what I'd like to do is I like to put a portal at the spawn points because everybody comes into the same spot, right? So if I put a spawn point or a hut there, the people that spawn in to join me. I don't want to do that because I can't pick it up. The people that come to join me, like as I set it up for a server, so as they come in, they don't have to look around, walk around, try and stumble their way across, and I don't have to go meet them. So what I do is I put a little hut, and then I literally put a portal in there so they can just portal to my base or wherever I'm at. I thought I had more of that. There we go. So actually, while we're here, we'll get our arrested buff back. We'll repair all of our equipment. And as you can see, now we can get the pickaxe. So with the pickaxe, we can now go get some copper. We can get more tin because the tin we got came out of one of those buckets when we stepped into the Black Forest. So let's go ahead and make that because I do have enough materials. And then a lot of times what I do is where is the pickaxe? Okay, I have it. Why can I not upgrade it though? That's bizarre. Well, maybe if we go out, go back in. Nope, I still don't see it. Okay, well, that was fun. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put we're going to put the trophies back. those off of us. Here they are. We're gonna put the bones back as well. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put these extra. Oh, I got two. So, interesting. So we'll have. I'm gonna swap those out. We do need to pick a. Where did I put the? There it is. The hoe. Let's upgrade those because they break too fast. Grab that. And at some point, I really, really, really need to put some more lighting in here. I'm not sure what I did with the other hammer. I thought I had a hammer at 3, but we'll see. So that'll get that up. And I think that's max quality. Yes, those. So the hammer should be max quality. The hose max quality now. I still don't see the pickaxe. I thought. I guess I was wrong. Do we have enough? Yeah, we got. I think we got enough to do that with a stag breaker, but I don't really use that too much after you defeat that boss. Or yeah, after you defeat the boss, because we'll be into the next stages. So we really won't need. We really won't need as much. Or we really won't use it as much, I should say. I did have some extra arrows somewhere. There we go. I'm just gonna place all those in, and I'll take 100 out. I like to use the flint and the wood arrows to get the birds less materials, not as cost or not as expensive, I should say. All right, so we got all that. Let's just go up here because it's nighttime. We'll take a rest, and then we'll go back over to that thing. We'll put a small little shelter up there and fence it in, and then we will put a portal in there, so that'll be ready to go. The one thing I do want to do, I want to take the stuff for a portal too. We need 20 fine wood. Yeah, there we go. So we're definitely going to have to get some more fine wood. For sure. Where did I put those? There we go. Let's take 4 of these. I guess we could just put the portal up here. Do we have enough fine wood? Yeah, we do. So we'll put a portal in here. Of course, I'm carrying too much. Why wouldn't I be? So that's the one thing about this game. I really, when you start, you don't have them in your belt, so it's like you can't carry that much. So literally, we should be good right here. Where's the portal? There we go. So as you're putting your portal up, guys, if you look on the front of this side, you'll see a little bit of writing. That's how you're going to come out. So if you face it against the fence, which I've done in the past when I first started playing, you'll literally walk into the fence. So yeah, don't do that. So wherever you want to come out at, that's where you want to face the lettering that's on there. So just put it this way. And then we're going to put, I guess, home on this one because I want to leave. I'll make another one in a little while. This is not going to be home, guys. This is just temporary, probably. I think I found a much better spot to build. So, and I think I want to move. Yeah, let's move this over. All right. Let's offside out. There we go. There we go. Crafting. We're gonna make a new one of these. So just so it's a little bit out of the way of that, so we're not running into that constantly. All right, so we should have 2, 20, and 10. Yeah, we've got enough for a portal. We've got our pickaxe now. We've got a hoe and a hammer, so we should be good to go. So we're going to go back to the starting area. We'll put our little shed up there. It's not going to be fancy. We're just going to do a little shed. I think we should eat a little something here. That's one thing you do want to keep your eye on. You want to keep your eye on your health bar. I went the wrong way. There we go. As you see, these stone markers I've mentioned in previous streams, these are in the shape of a boat, and if you dig them down, there are usually bones, and you'll find we're definitely going to need a lot of wood. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll start with that. If you dig down, there's usually treasure, bones, and chests. Sometimes other items in there, just in case we need some. All right, so I think this is going to be the best side for this. So let's do this. Let's pull out the hoe. We're going to work from this area right here. So you see, it just made a square what I did, right? So we're just going to basically follow this along. We've got to give ourselves enough room to put a building up and to fence the area in. And just watch your stamina as you go, because once your stamina runs out, obviously you're going to stop. But just want to build a simple little, let's call it a welcome center. Right, so we just need, and I like to put a little fireplace in there, make it nice, sort of cozy. Doesn't have to be fancy. We're not looking for fancy. There we go. Let's get that up a little bit. So those of you who don't know how to use the hoe, as you see the circles coming out from the center, and then you'll see a little bar in the center. The longer that bar, the deeper you have to go. So you want to set that up. And then wherever you're standing is what the level of the ground is going to come up to. So bear that in mind when you're doing this. And don't just go one and then move on. Hit it a couple times, because it takes a couple times usually to flatten it out. We have to be careful here too, because there's a mystical zone. So if we go too close, it'll stop us from building there. I think we're pretty good right there. So let's get our hammer out. We're just going to drop a workbench here. It doesn't have to be exactly, let's say, where we're going to put it. But you can do however you want to do it. I mean, it's really, that's the cool thing of this game. You don't have to build like everybody else. Do your own thing. And then we'll just put our chimney there. We're not gonna, like I said, this is just gonna be a hut. We're not gonna go crazy. But I do want enough room, because we will put a cartography table in. I think we're gonna put our door there. So that tells me right there we're gonna need to go out a little further. Don't have to build a huge mansion in the sky, so to speak. There we go. Easy peasy. So let's do this. Because I know I'm hoping we don't run into the mystical part, because I like to fence these in just to keep the creatures at bay. We should be good right here. There should be plenty of space to put a fence around. Keep everything safe inside. So we can, because we do have some stone with us, we can raise that up, then flatten it out, and there we go. So we got a pretty decent sized area, but we're gonna run out of wood. So what I want to do now, I want to go back in here and let's build that. Let's build the portal. Let's just do that. Knock that out right now. Um, we'll just put it right here because it's. We're gonna go one higher and then we'll put the roof around, so it should be fine. And we're gonna make this home. Now it is case sensitive, guys. So if you've got a capital letter on your tag at your other portal, you're gonna have to match that. So usually I just try to do the lowercase letters all the way through. So that should connect here in just a second. There we go. Perfect. Right. So we want a little door on here. I keep doing that like I don't have that set up right. Okay. I don't like using regular doors. I like the gate better. All right. We'll go out this way. We're going to need a little bit more wood. So I wanted to build the portal kind of to alleviate a little bit of the weight. I want too much weight so we can. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Pick up the charcoal from somewhere. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to need more fine wood. So I'm thinking we. Oh, we just demolished a raspberry plant. Luckily, we're beyond raspberries, but we're going to need those for other things. Recipes, food, better food items. So I don't really want to destroy them. I don't have to. I'll let this build up again. So we're going to need that pine wood anyway. So rather than just take down the other trees, we'll get the pine wood. If other trees come along, great. Because we'll just pick up all that wood and carry it back through the portal. That'll be nice having the portal. So we are going to make a second portal at that little base. And that will be, we'll leave that one blank so that we can just take a portal with us. This stuff. I like to clear these as much as possible because it's hard to see through them. One. All right, so we're going to put a fence around this now. I guess we'll start. I don't really want to be in front of that rock. So I want to square this off to the building a little bit. So we'll just start like that. It doesn't have to be far out. We're not using this for, let's say, protection, right? We're just using this basically so that we can have a place for people. If I invite friends to come play, we're just doing that so they'll have the ability to find us, right? So I don't have to um, come get them every time. It's going to save a little time later on that we don't have to run around and get people. So let's see. I thought I saw another pinewood tree around here. There it is. Oh, there's an oak tree. What the heck? Why not? The cool thing is you get the seeds from these trees that you can regrow them. And I do love the oak trees. Although they're the branches kind of block views sometimes, so you got to be a little bit careful with that. That is really fun. That is a lot of fun. That hurt. Not gonna lie, that is a lot of fun. Right, so let's get that fence up. Now, one thing I will tell you is it's always good to build a peak over the roof or over the door. So, sorry. So what I like to do is I take 2 meter pole like so, and then you can use any of the peaks. It doesn't really matter. Just drop that over. What that does is it prevents the door and the wood on the sides from decaying over time. So you don't have to keep coming over here, repairing it to keep it safe. You just put that over the top and you're done. Okay, so we're gonna have to go get more wood. So let's drop this, this, and this, so we can carry more. And I really could have just gone out the side. All right, where was that oak tree? That oak tree was up here somewhere. There we go. All right. All that wood. Hopefully get it all. We did. Did we explore this one? Yeah, we did. I don't like torches. Leave the torches. All right. That should be plenty to finish this, I think. So the other thing is you got to be careful because you want this all to touch the ground. If it's not touching the ground, it'll be easy for enemies to actually destroy the fence. There we go. Perfectly done. Nice. So now the only problem is we need more wood. Right, so we'll toss all this over there. Put that up. I don't want to take this out there with me, but there we go. I want it in a separate pile. Now we need to do it. Right. We're just going to get regular wood this time. Oh, really? Seriously? Whatever wood we get from this, if we don't use it all, we're going to take it back anyway. Well, that's fine. Extra wood is good. Come on. There we go. We got extra wood cut down here. That's fine. We'll take it back with us. I'm not sure we're going to. So we're probably going to need a fair amount of wood to finish this up. To be fair. Oh, it's hitting the rock. Seriously. I was sitting there going, why is that not breaking? There we go. So we'll pop back over there and get that before we go back to the base. And we probably should eat a little bit. Again, like I said, this is not going to be anything fancy. We're just What do we got? We got 100. We're good. We should have enough to finish this. We just want something that seriously. Get up there. Such a pain when it doesn't work right. You know what? I want to do 1 and 1. There we go. I'll put a little window there. And we are going to put a chimney on because if we don't put a chimney on, why won't it? Won't latch onto that, huh? That's so bizarre. Now our chimney has to be higher than the roof, otherwise we might smoke ourselves out, and that would not be fun. So we're gonna do that as well as that. Wait a minute. Do I want to do? So the roof is gonna go that way. So yeah, I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need that there, and then we'll put the smaller wall. This is probably more than enough height. We want to make sure we're not inhaling any smoke. This is going to go this way. That'll keep our fire from going out if it starts raining. And we should. Okay, yeah. So we're going to do that. It's the only thing I don't like about portals is once you build them. But I figured rather than just tossing the wood down onto the ground, something seems off here. Maybe not. Oh, just perception. Basic, simple, welcome center. So now when people come to join me, if they come to join me, they feel cold. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. So if people come to join me, like literally, they can enter. I'll have a cryptography table at some point in there. And they'll just be able to read the map, get the map, and they'll know right where I'm. Oh, what was that all? I think we'll just leave a window right there. That sounds good to me. All right, let's take that with us. The chimney's actually done. Do I have enough stone? See any stone there? We're gonna have to grab some stone. Oh, stone, where are you? There's some. So that's 2. That should be plenty. I think we got more than enough. Perfect. Should have put, probably should have put the door over here. But hindsight 2020. Let's just get a fire going, shall we? Have a nice little fireplace. There we go. So that gives a comfort level of 3, like, already, which is good. I mean, it's right. Now we need to finish the roof. Right, there we go. Roof finished. Now we're just gonna put basic. Nothing fancy. Got a couple little windows in there. So that's enough to make it homey. Go. That is the only thing I don't like about portals. They're so loud. They create such a blinding thing. There we go. Let's go around the back. We can probably get that better from back there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We'll just slide that puppy right in there. We don't have to hear the portal going off for 20 minutes. All right. Boom. Boom. Simple, basic hut. But it has everything we need in there as far as, bringing friends in, right? Um, Basically, we'll put a cryptography table. Probably, I don't know, this side maybe, or this side. I'm not sure. We'll put a cryptography table in here. So we'll have to go back and get the supplies for that. I want to just pick up everything that's in here and just take it all back with me. Yes, I'm encumbered, but you can still go through the portals encumbered. You can take a bunch of stuff with you. I like to do that a lot of times. I'll set it up so that I dump everything in front of the portal. And then when I go back, if I got enough slots, I'll pick it all up. We'll go through one and done. Right. So let's get let's put that in there. We've got quite a bit of pine wood. I think we're going to utilize this box here for the pine wood and the core wood. I have it inside right now, but I'm thinking we're gonna. Oh, actually, I want 25. I want to keep this beast fed. There we go. Perfect. Right. So let's repair all our stuff. Now I could have done that over there, but I'd rather come back here and repair things because I don't have a level 3 workbench there. So next thing's next. What are we gonna do next? So I think actually I'm gonna call this stream and save everything right here. And I'm probably gonna be back on. I should be back on maybe an hour or so. We'll do some more, and I'll upload these to YouTube. So if you didn't get the whole stream and you want to see the rest of the stream, it'll be on my YouTube. It's the same name here, MMac3333 on my YouTube channel. So, guys and gals, thank you so much for hanging around. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, if you would, I really, really, really would appreciate that. I'm trying to get this going again. I've been out of streaming for a couple of years now, so I'm trying to get back into it and build my community back up. So if you like what you saw, hit that like or hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next stream. Should be about an hour or so. I should be back on. We'll do some more. And if you haven't gone over to my YouTube yet, please make sure you head over to that MMac3333. And I will start getting this set up more so that the icons are in there, and it'll be good to go. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out. Have a great day.